My name is Hady Sy, and I am a conceptual artist. I started with photography, but I moved to sculpture 15 years ago. But I would present myself as a humanist. If I chose to be an artist, it's because I'm free. All my work is a diary of life. And I always try to look at things with beauty, because I think we're part of this world, you know? I mean, we are the air, we are the water. I cannot dissociate myself from the elements of earth. I'm kind of dust on earth. I go to very simple ideas that are very complex to understand. The thing is that everything is related, I think. It's quite easy to see life for me, because artists, I don't think we solve problems. I believe even that we create new ones, but at least we ask the questions. I have many moments of intense life, and this is, I think, what made me. Because of course we are children of war. We are children of migration, of immigration. We can say we are unrooted in a certain way. I'm French, Senegalese, Lebanese. Maybe I have this capacity or this obligation to adapt to different environments. I had an intense moment when I moved from Beirut to Paris in 1982 during the Israeli invasion. When I moved to New York and I was living on ground zero and I saw everything that happened during that day, 9/11, it changed totally my life. The first show in New York at Ethan Cohen was called "In God We Trust." I wanted to ask myself what we were living. I mean, when we went to war in Iraq, were we going for money? Were we going for morale? Were we going for religion? I did 177 x-rays on myself to say that at the end we are all bones. No man, no woman, one piece of a human. God. He's the first artist. We're living in paradise. And of course there is beauty all around us. It's how you see it. I went to 79 countries. I went to Bhutan, to Nepal. I started in Greenland and finished in Amazonia, in Brazil, in Amazonia. I've always worked on blood that is shed. So I want to see blood in a different way. I ask people to donate their blood so that somebody else can live out of it, to pose for a photo and write their message of peace. And I did this installation that represents a human body, where you get in, you see all the photos of the blood bags or the blood drops from inside, and on the outside, all the portraits of the different donors. And then I did another project, also in X-rays, against the use of guns in the world. I X-rayed the guns to say that they are sick. All these guns killed. There's the gun that killed John Lennon, the one that killed Martin Luther King, the one that killed Kennedy. I started photography with argentique photography. And we didn't have this direct relation with the image. I had that feeling of steel when I had these guns in my hand while I was working. I worked 3 years on this project. And I wrote something I remember on my sketchbook. I said, "Steel for art, not for arms." I wanted to get back to things that I can touch, that I can smell. It takes time to finish a sculpture. In photography, it's much more the instant. My first piece was the Lady Justice. In the scale, I put in resin a photograph. So it was the first piece that associated photography and steel, and from that day I started working on steel. I still love photography. I mean, everything is, for me, is a photograph. I felt we are totally dehumanized by numbers. 60,000 dead in Gaza. You go to Ukraine or Russia, and on the cross you have a number. I worked for 3 years to humanize the numbers. When I sculpt, when I weld, and when you see the piece coming, getting together, this is where I'm happy. When it's exhibited, it's not mine anymore. I think happiness comes by sharing. We are humans. And my next show, by the way, is a discussion between organic intelligence and artificial intelligence. When the old world is collapsing and the new world is not yet awake, here comes the time of the monsters. And this is the time that we are in now. I believe that art is the closest road from man to man. What is important is that I exist and I contribute to the evolution of beauty, of empathy, of transfer of knowledge, and definitely of love.